Shalom, Israel. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Raha Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And the United States is really about to draft the TikTok generation to fight against these men of the East who have been trained up in combat since they were young. Right? Like you watch mixed martial arts, that's all the Edomites do is fight, wrestle, combat. The way of the East is a little rougher. Russia is still considered like a third world country, but they have, certain first world amenities. And then, they have, of course, more of a militarized culture. Let me say it like that. All right. It says, no, the U.S. didn't bring, and that's why they dominate, in mixed martial arts. You have all the different off branches of Russia, the Chechens and the even some of those Yugoslavian fighters, and who just fought. Damn, I forget the dude's name. The Ukrainian guy just fought the Mexican guy. It was the fight right before Tank versus Frank. All right, but over there, it's a different culture than over here. The United States really has become soft and gay. All right, but this is an article. It says, no, the U.S. didn't bring back the draft. Here's what happened. Social media posts claiming the United States reinstated the draft are false, which nobody said they reinstated it. All right, let's see what they really did. Possible misinterpretations of a suggested change to the nation's selective service system, which they've always had that in play. All right, in case shit pop off, they could just draft you. You don't want to fight, they're going to throw you in jail. All right, the United States House of Representatives Friday passed a measure within the National Defense Authorization Act that would automatically enroll men 18 through 26 with the selective service system. And basically, before you registered if you had certain jobs. The federal agency documents all people registered for selective service. Many mandatorily, the agency will provide that information to the Defense Department in case of a draft, although one is not currently in place. But when they tell these people, hey, you're going to have to fight, then they're going to have to fight. They're going to be drafted. A lot of people didn't want to fight in Vietnam. That's why they drafted Jake so heavily. All right, and a lot of the Edomites, they sent their kids over to Europe so they wouldn't have to fight, or they gave them a number in the draft that they know that they would never reach. All right, it says a draft hasn't been instituted in the country since 1973, and enlisting in the service is voluntary. Men 18 to 25 are already required by law to register for selective service. As the law is written now, anyone who required to register and fails to do so could be charged with a felony punishable by as many as 5 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. Blah, blah, blah. Some representative sponsored the language. He said in May it would make any potential future military draft fair and would save money on education and advertising campaigns currently geared at driving people to register. 2024 has the smallest active duty force since 1940. Yeah, nobody wants to fight for the United States because everybody knows this place is corrupt. Especially the women. You had a lot of women try to register so they could get free college or something, and then they go in there and then they get taken. That's what happens with women when they go to war. They find they get used for what they are. I mean, however you want to say it. All right, it says finding, it's another part I want to get to, because it's also people who are non-citizens, they don't have to register. So you have a lot of people up in arms. I'm going to get to the scriptures too. And this is Joel 2:20, but I will remove far off from you the northern army. And this is that place, the land of the north, that the scriptures talk about. You know, we're going to escape from the land of the north, the north country, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up. Right, over in that Iraq, Saudi Arabia region, which we know Saudi Arabia has recently chosen not to trade in United States dollars. All right, they chose not to renew the petrodollar. All right, which is a decision, you know, to convert to gold, that was also taken by Gaddafi as well as I believe Saddam Hussein. And then shortly after both leaders made that decision, they were shortly taken out of power. All right, so let's see how long this is going to last, because whenever you start to play with Esau's money and, you know, you start to see a recession, all of a sudden, you know, they find a reason to invade your country and go to war. And I want to go back to something I said. It says, who needs to register? Almost all men who are 18 through 25, U.S. citizens who live outside the country, immigrants, legal permanent residents, and undocumented immigrants, which if they're undocumented, you know, how are you going to make them register if you have no documentation that they're here? Refugees and asylum seekers, so that would include all of these people from Central and South America. Transgender people who are assigned male gender at birth. So you could be fighting next to a TS, you know, just madness. People with disabilities, damn. So even if you're in a wheelchair, you have to register for selective services. And if you're a felon, of course, you can't legally own a firearm. So a lot of people are up in arms about that, because they're like, wait a minute, you guys brought all these people here. Now you're talking about we have to register, so I got to leave my home and go fight, or you have people crossing over the border and coming here. You know, then you have, you know, activity in the Caribbean, right? You got Cuba and Russia, you know, and then, like I said, you have people who are undocumented. So Esau's up in arms like, hold up, man, this is some bullshit. All right, but hey, that's the times we're in. See, these Edomites, they thought that they were going to be living good forever. They thought they was going to be on TikTok forever and playing games forever. Now, man, it's time for prophecy. This is Joel 3:12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All right, so the heathen is waking. All these other nations, they're ready to go to war, man. They see the United States is weak. All right, Esau has become the weakest he's ever been. Hell, what's this dude? Oh shit, my camera works. Bruce Jenner, Superman. You know, he's turned into a transgender. All right, they're the weakest that they have ever been. These heathens can now come over here and bag Esau's woman. And not only with that, but you have troops. This place is about to go into a state of martial law, and it's about to be locked down by troops that come here. His Lord said, I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. All right, Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels. And that's those military vehicles. And of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. You know, shh. That's that tank rolling down your street. All right, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. All right, that's that weapon. The sword, could be a gun, could be whatever destroying instrument. But that glittering spear, we know that's talking about like some type of missile. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none in of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. So this place is about to be full of warfare. It's about to be full of military. All right. This shit is about to get crazy. And these young Edomites, they have no idea what they're in. But, this is all through the judgment of the Lord. And what's to say they're going to err in every work? Now check this out. This is Gen Z.
Anyways, we headed down to the battlefield, and me and my best he found this swing. We had so much fun, I had to take some Instagram pictures. After that, we made it to the front line where we played a little game of bogeys.
Bogeys.
Bogeys!
Hey, over here.
So after a long day of fighting and running away from machine guns, it was time to have our evening rations of 5 beans and a raw potato. Usually we're only allowed half a potato.
I'm gonna cut it right there. Yeah, America's through. Call Loyum Laya Halbashima was shy. Your generations are through. You destroyed your own children. Your witchcraft has failed. Your magic has failed. It's June. And even that little sodomite spirit that they tried to put on the month of June is this, it's completely through. You Edomites are done. Egypt is done. Babylon is done. Sodom is done. Assyria is done, which is all those places are rolled into one in this place. Call Loyum Laya Halbashima was shy.